You know, for developers, our developers are not very
Subtle.
security conscious. This is me racing out of bed for a front row seat to my life's work vanishing before my eyes. Linus Tech Tips, deleted. Tech Linked, toasted. Tech Quickie, gone.
So how did all this happen, and how do you stop it from happening to you? As it turns out, I actually had the exact same hacking attempt happen to me about a week prior from this LTT hacking. The only difference is, I was unable to make a video about it in a couple of days because I don't have a whole team working for me. So hopefully, I still get this video out in time to help you and other people watching avoid having this happen to them. Because let's face it, it doesn't matter who you are, having someone access all of your accounts across your whole computer can be very scary and certainly hard to reverse. If you're not in the position of someone like Linus with a giant channeled, or 3, then there's no guarantee you will ever get your channeled back. And you might not even know it's happening. Because let's face it, we don't all have a personal Steve Burke ready to notify us no matter what time it is in the morning.
3 whatever in the morning. Shout out Steve from Gamers Nexus for the wake up call, by the way.
Thanks to the size of Linus's channeled and his access to Google Help, this has been quite a net gain for him. If he was a smaller channeled on the other hand, it certainly wouldn't have been the same, and Linus Tech Tips is not the only one who's been hit by this hacking. I've had it attempted on myself, and I know for a fact after researching many other YouTubers who have, unfortunately, a lot smaller audience, have successfully had their channels hacked and taken over. Now, I was one of the lucky ones and didn't fall for this attempt, and I'm gonna teach you the things to look out for and how I avoided getting scammed. So to start with, there's a few really obvious signs that you can look out for. Always remain hopefully skeptical when you see emails like this. No matter how many emails you've seen before or how regular, it doesn't matter. Just double check, it's not worth the hassle. The few seconds that you take to check every time could be the difference between saving you hours and months of your life, not to mention needless stress and disaster. So, here was the email I received myself, and you can see here, the first thing that brought my attention was this email address. Nothing sus. Anyway, moving on. Incorrect formatting, and then you can continue to break that down and just pull apart the letter as you go. However, it seemed like they were relatively professional other than those things, so I went ahead and replied, just in case, but remaining hopefully skeptical. Shortly after replying to the email, I received a response. This response was from a completely different email address. That doesn't really check out to me. Now, whilst this could happen, remember the original email address looked pretty suspicious. This looks a lot more legitimate, so maybe you could mistake it. But the fact that they changed email addresses midway was also a flag for me. Now, if you read what they're asking for, originally they had budgeted $3,000 apparently, and they described what they wanted, and they described that they wanted a minute-long feature in front of the video. Now, in the next future email, here's some more contradictions for you. They then said that they wanted a 30-second video. Kinda sus, after asking me for a minute video originally. Now to top this off, look at all the forms of payment that they take. PayPal, okay. Cryptocurrency, if that's not sus, I don't know what is. In any network? Super red flag. And then etc. So basically they're saying they'll take whatever form of payment I demand from them. Doesn't matter. That's definitely sus at that point. So after this, you can click on the link and they're just gonna link you to the official websites, of course. They're not gonna link you to a fake website. Why would they do that? They can just link you to the official game, even though they're not acting on the behalf of the official app or game they're attempting to get you to sponsor. If you actually click their link, and you can go download, and when unzipped, it'll have a PDF and a movie. The promo movie in itself, I considered a red flag, because first they're asking me to make a promo for it, and now they're just giving me the promo? That doesn't add up. Why wouldn't they just say, hey, we'd like you to feature our pre-recorded video at the front of your video as a sponsorship? before you open the file, you'll actually notice if you don't extract it, you can just click on it to check what's in the zip. Now with my zip, they wanted to seem a bit more professional in securing the scam, so they attached a password to it, so it seemed a bit more legitimate. Now, the last two things, super obvious, but some people may miss one of them. The first one, if you actually look at the size of the PDF, literally just have it selected, Windows tells you the size. It's not hard. It's so hard to miss. In fact, you'd have to basically ignore it, not see it. A PDF for 770 megabytes? Never heard of that before. That's pretty sus. I'm sure there is the rare exception, but the reason this is done is because if there's anything over usually 500, 600, 700 megabytes, most virus scanners won't scan it. This is the tricky part that most people can miss. You can see here that it says .pdf. However, if you actually have file extension view enabled, you'll see .pdf, and that's just what they've called it. It's not actually a .pdf file. If you actually have that view enabled, you'll see .crn, which stands for Windows Screensaver file, which is basically just another version of an executable file, which is a .exe. Oh, okay, so why is this going to execute a program to run on my computer when clicked? Well, that's pretty sus. I'd say that's a virus. For those of you who are unsure how to do that, all you need to do is come up here to View and enable file name extensions. Easy. Usually the way they get this file so big is filling it with dummy code, which is just absolute garbage. It does nothing. It's just fill. And without that code, this file is probably only a few hundred kilobytes. If you try and scan this file with Windows Defender, like I did, you'll find that Windows says, "Nah, it's all good, bro. Nothing here. It's safe. It's a Windows screensaver file." So I think this was probably the other part that would catch most people off guard. Great memes aside, it's sad that a lot of other people have unfortunately been affected by this hack, and I hope this video helps it not happen to you. Take care everyone, and stay safe.